afraid of the altitude. I've only ever climbed just over 4,000 metres. This is nearly 6,000. I don't want to injure myself. I just want to be able to do it. I'd hate not to be able to do my best. But other than that, I'm just up for the challenge.
When Andrea sent me the email saying, do you fancy climbing Kilimanjaro? I just wrote back with one word, yes. I had no idea what I was letting and she just came out going, are you sure? But it's just like, why wouldn't you? Not why would you, but why wouldn't you?
When Ross asked me to do it, he thought, well, that's a commitment, like time, energy, fundraising, everything. So I had to think about it, but then I was like, it's right up my street, and I was so glad that he'd asked me to come along. So jumped at the chance at that point, having ummed and ahed about it for about 5 minutes.
So this is the Good Grief Project. This is our family's charity. My father and my stepmother Jane founded the charity to support bereaved parents who have lost a child. Everyone who's been part of this group has been raising money to climb Kilimanjaro. People have been sponsoring us to do that. Yeah, so it means a lot to us. That's why we are here. I know.
What we're trying to do with the Active Grief Project is to find ways of using creative writing, mindfulness, photography, active as in running or boxing, active pursuit, to help people and ourselves to move forward after the untimely death of a child or a loved one.
I don't think grief's necessarily competitive. However, there are different types of grief that I think hit people particularly hard, and one of those is if you're a parent and you lose a child.
We live in a society where it's not that easy to just bring the name of your lost child into a room. And the Active Grief Weekend offers you the space to feel safe because you are around other people who are in the same situation as you. It gives you the space to express your love for the person that you've lost.
I'm so sorry you didn't get a chance to experience.
I'm very lucky that I have 3 healthy children, and I don't underestimate that. I don't always remember it, but this will help me appreciate that even more, because that is a real blessing.
For me, I couldn't imagine losing a kid. Like, it's the worst thing ever. So that's why I've done it. It's same with Ross. Like, I'm a dad, so it's literally petrifying to want to lose your child. So. And then knowing you support people that have, why not? Why not try and support that?
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana, twelelele, wageni, wakaribishwa, Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, Nakuru ndo watatoa, hakuna matata, Uhuru watatoboa, hakuna matata, jambo.
You know, I told you when we go in high elevations, no water. So this man, he wants to make sure every camp we have a lot of water, enough of water. So he's the one who take care.
We've got the most amazing local guide who is so on it and so careful and so kind and so strong at the same time.
Gypty is who do the fax machine. Yes, very important person. Also Kelvin, fax machine.
I love hiking because I see my future.
Like 1 minute he's kind of being really caring and telling us the same thing 3 times so it really sinks in.
I love walking, nature, adventure.
And the next minute, he's like, right, come on, you've had your 3-minute break, off we go. It's like, all right then, off we go. So yeah, I really like that combination. It's kind of tough love, isn't it?
Kilimanjaro is in my office, but it's like no table, no chairs. But it's okay, walking. We love this.
Every time I do anything like this, I just filled with gratitude. It creates space, and I think it's one of the things I really want to do. I mean, it's so lovely to walk and talk and get to know everybody. I mean, I didn't know a soul before I got here other than Andrea. It's that simple focus on one hand, and also to actually just really, really take in around you what it is. I mean, look what we've got here. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Yeah, let's get a photo of whatever the heck is in Ross's bag. What is that?
It's in case I get lost, I turn this on and loads of people stop and stare at me.
There's a shared experience. There's camaraderie. There's a shared goal, and it's a big hill over there. And there's just we're all in it. We're just all in it.
It's not something I've ever done before. Like, that's also quite exciting. Like getting up at midnight and getting a head torch on and seeing a sunrise at 6,000 meters. Like, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
But then waking up this morning in the frost at -4, I was like,
Getting dressed in the sleeping bag for the first
it's
time.
a bit freaking cold.
We were told the night before, weren't we, to put our clothes in our sleeping bag, because then they're warm clothes in the morning.
And they're not damp.
For that night.
For the
every
next
night.
For the next day.
Okay.
So then they're not. So did you wake up? You had like mist over your sleeping bag.
Yeah.
But if you put your clothes in that you want to wear the next day, they're not wet. They're just warm.
I guess in a way it's a leveller, isn't it? I mean, we're all filthy. You know, there's no airs and graces. There's no, I don't know. There's just nothing. We're just all reduced to this beautiful, simple humanity, which for me it's just total joy. It's absolute joy. Thank you so much.
Somebody says, are you enjoying this? And I kind of think,
I was worried about that.
actually no.
Done now.
Enjoyment's not the word.
No.
It's
That was easy for you, but not so easy.
it's just doing it. You know what I mean? That's the best bit. It's actually days. It's actually days in which I've not really had that opportunity to do it.
led to believe that grief has a sell-by date, that you only get a certain amount of time to grieve. And what we've discovered is that actually grief lasts for as long as it lasts, and that by being creative and active and creating new photographs, you're learning to internalize your memories of that child. And so they become more and more part of who you are, rather than a hole in your heart. What we're trying to do here is to find a new language for grief, a language that will help people to move forward at a time in their lives where maybe they can't ever imagine doing that.
What Good Grief does is just these weekends, just absolutely incredible, and to see what impact it has on parents and siblings, you know, it fundamentally seems to change their whole relationship with grief.
When Joe allowed me to really let rip, oh, that felt so good. It's done more for me in the 16 months since I lost Alex than anything.
You know, I've grieved in different ways for different things in my life, but never a child, and so, you know, the only grief I've ever experienced has been devastating, but to take it to that level and to know that the charity does such unbelievable work to, as I say, you know, really change that relationship with grief, I think it's phenomenal.
Good job, guys. We are really proud of you guys.
So impressed by you and your family, to be honest. Grief is something that obviously me as a doctor, I experience every day, and I don't think we're very good at explaining to people how to deal with it, and I think you manage to use creativity in a way that not many people could to really touch people's lives and to make them move forward rather than being, you know, as down as they could be in regards to grief. I just think it's amazing.
We all need help with grief in its broadest sense, and the more we can collectively do, and I think the Good Grief Project leads on that in terms of one area of grief, the better, because we'll just overall improve our, you know, collective emotional health, family health, and basically our well-being, and probably have better lives as a result.
But where's the camp then? Do we go
back at 3-9 tomorrow?
What, over the top or on the top of that? And that's where we're sleeping tomorrow night.
Yes.
And that's at the top of that. On the like balancing up there.
Yeah, we've got to get those, you know.
While I'm pretty confident we're all going to summit, it's not a given.
So, you know, getting to the summit is obviously the whole point of this. But I think, you know, preparing for this, I've also had to understand that if I don't, it's not because I'm not fit enough or I haven't trained, or it's just if the altitude gets me and I can't do anything about it.
Again, it's probably mind over matter and just being determined, because the reality is we've got to go up over 1,000 metres on the summit night in pitch black, in freezing cold, and that's not something probably anyone particularly choose to do.
I'm trying to just take one day at a time and really enjoy the trekking, because if I don't get there, you know, it's actually, I have to accept it's through no fault of my own.
It's a bit daunting.
When we came to Africa, I didn't know what to expect in terms of what kind of anything we were going to be encountering.
Here in the mountain, it's not like we're going for the restaurant or we're going the bar or hotel.
This morning I felt terrible. I felt very, very hungover. My head hurt.
I'm finding the altitude now, I just really have to focus on my breathing.
I start every day at an absolute 10, on literally on a high, but by the time we get to the end of the day, I am done.
For those who are not athletic, it's better to taking pole pole. When you're rushing, breathing, it's like you're suffocating. You need a lot of oxygen for you to maintain your body.
And yeah, your first small walk uphill, even if it's just to take a wee or something, and then you're out of breath. Hang on a second, you've got 5 hours of this. But your body just sort of seems to adapt.
I know it sounds like a cliche. I'm just amazed. I just love that separation of the mind and the body. That body will work for you. And it will do it without you actually sort of asking to. It's like you don't have to say, yeah, blood cells, time to adapt.
No. That's an M&M? You're sure they're really good? To minimise what I take. I would, have both. Have both. I'm taking lots of drugs.
How are you feeling? 100 milligrams? Yep, take 2. This core group of us have been amazing and supportive of each other, but the broader team behind the scenes have really made this all happen, I think. Oh yeah, it's like 5-star service in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how they do it.
Not many, they love to be a guy. It's like $350 for paying the course.
This is for guide training?
Yes. You need to learn a lot of stuff. Apart from English, you need to learn foreign language. Plants, flower, animal. Yes.
And you also need to learn the leadership skills to carry a group up the mountain, and that isn't just about walking or carrying bags.
Sometimes leadership might be inside of your heart. If you know how to live with different people, it's a leadership to bring them together.
Let's go!
Everyone said Kili is a walk in the park. Even non-mountaineers are like, yeah, you just kind of amble up it. It is not true. It's actually quite hardcore. And I don't mean you're scrambling and need kind of climbing gear. What I do mean is that mentally and altitude-wise, even though we only went to 4,600 metres today, I think, that was super tough. And that's because you've got sun one minute, you've got cloud practically and freezing wind the next. And at the same time, the highest I'd ever been before was like 4.4. But even before 4.4, I was really feeling it. That said, I'm looking out of a tent at the moment, and if you look at that view, it is extraordinary. You're seeing nature at its very best. We're climbing onto the roof of Africa, so that's just amazing, right?
today I see the weather is nice. No wind, no cold. Luckily for them who summit last night. So I hope same will be same to us.
Hopefully.
Yes. Yes. We are going summit night. So the team they're here to speak with you. The arrangement will go in single line. Don't go off trail. And the other things, mid of night before sunrise, you may feel like freezing in your toes. Better ways to do like this. When it's
Don't give up. I know it's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. Though I've been climbing so many times, but it's never easy. Stay positive and tell yourself that I can. There's no gain without pain.
You may feel lightheaded. It's normal. If you feel puke, do it. You feel much better. We are going in a war with our heads. We are conquering two things. We are conquering the mountain, and now we are conquering the head. Yeah. Pain is temporary, pride is forever.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Woo!
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Sema nzuri sana.